Hello you guys, welcome back to another video. So I decided to come back to the kind of like little random stable that we've been kind of building for the last little bit. I just, I don't know, there's just some things I kind of wanted to talk about. And this is kind of the project we work on, and like the barn we work on when I'm just kind of talking randomly. So, yeah. So I do want to just give you guys a heads up, and I'll put like a little note on the channel. I did record today, part of the 100 days, but apparently the audio didn't work, and so I'm lazy, and I don't want to do voiceover, so, I did get some stuff done. I finished a pig pen. I got some couple more things. Anyway, but just so you guys know, we will be like a couple more days ahead than where we left off because of that. So just so you guys know. But yeah, but there's just some things I kind of wanted to, I just wanted to ramble about today. So I'm gonna kind of do that while we're working on this barn more. I did work a little bit on the roof and on getting these, like, our next little unit in. But yeah, that's just about it. So, but anyway, so as you guys know, I got a new laptop. Which, by the way, I do plan on recording a video soon of like the full roleplay barn. I do need to finish a couple things. It's just, again, I've worked on that barn so hard that, like, I haven't gone in there for a little bit, because I'm just, like, when you work on a project, and then, like, you're close to finishing it, but you've been working on it for so long, it's kind of like that's kind of what's been going on that way for me. And so, I just haven't gone back in that world for quite some time. But those roofs are not even. That's funny. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, I will do that eventually. So just hang in there. Just hang in there. Okay, so but yeah, we're just gonna work on another unit, and obviously we're gonna have to even back out the roofs because apparently I messed up on that at some point, which I kind of figured I would, but it's fine. Okay, so for a little bit of backstory, so obviously I have my new laptop, and I decided that I wanted to put my old journal entries from a old paper journal that I had on my laptop, just because, this is my laptop, nobody's gonna really be going in there, and I don't know, I feel like it's a more secure space to have that sort of stuff, and also all the stuff in there is past. And so it's like, if somebody does get in there, it's not, it's not that private, it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be talking about it. But for context, because I just kind of wanted to talk about this, and hopefully somebody will understand. So, I moved to where I currently live back in, like, I think it was like it was 6 years ago, whatever that is. So let's see, it's 2025. So we moved here like 2018, I think. It was the summer of 2018, I believe. And we moved to the state that I currently live in because my sister, and if you guys haven't watched my other videos, I am adopted. So all of my other siblings are a lot older than me. So this sister, she now has 7 kids that are all under the age of 12, I think. And at the time, and she has an autoimmune disease, so she moved to the state that we're in, and my parents were like, specifically my mom, was like, okay, we'll move next door to help you, because her autoimmune disease is one where at some point in her life she just won't be able to move, really, and she will be in a wheelchair. And so they were like, okay, well, we'll move to the same state you're moving to, and we'll move next door. And so that happened. And before this, my older brother, who is 15 years older than me, was living with my parents as well, because he had dropped out of college for mental health issues. And he, and I mean, like, severe, like, didn't want to be, like, yeah, didn't want to be alive kind of thing. And so, he did kind of, like, try, and that was really hard on me. And as a 12 and 13-year-old, I didn't really know what mental health was. Like, I just, you know, I had no clue, you know, I had no clue, what mental health was, you know, and so, but, as time went on, you know, I started to have mental problems, my mental health issues myself, because I got used as a babysitter a lot, and at the time she had 5 kids and was pregnant with twins. I love her kids, don't get me wrong, and I love my sister, but I could not imagine, like, having 7 kids all under the age of 12. But anyway, I got used a lot as a babysitter. I didn't have a lot of friends because I was homeschooled most of my life, so I was kind of socially awkward. I mean, I figured it out really quickly because I did go to, like, a public middle school, so, you know, I figured it out. And it wasn't, like, too big of a deal for me because I was just a relatively social person, just, like, in general. Where did the planks go? What the heckle? Okay, that's fine. So, you know, I figured it out quick and it wasn't that big of a deal. But I didn't really have a lot of friends, and I kind of, like, I didn't drop out, but I wanted to go back to, homeschooling at the end of 8th grade and the beginning of COVID, which would have been my freshman year. So, but in that time, I struggled a lot, and I mean a lot, with mental health. I struggled so much with it, because, you know, my dad was in another state working, and he's kind of the only parent that I get along with. I really don't get along with my mother that much, especially back then. Like, I did not have a good relationship with her at all. She's got some very, narcissistic tendencies, and so it was just really, really hard, and I felt like everything was my fault, and I, you know, was never going to be good enough, and so anyway, I struggled a lot. And so, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, so, you know, being used as a babysitter, struggling with my mental health, nobody really understood. I didn't really have any friends, and I, you know, ended up losing a lot of friends for just really no reason. And so it was just, I really, really struggled. Like, 2021, like, I struggled 2022, I think everybody did, but I mostly struggled, like, 2020 to, like, 2023, like, I struggled so much. I just didn't want to be here. I was exhausted and worn out, and I was so alone. I felt like nobody loved me, nobody got it, nobody cared, you know. And, like, obviously that wasn't true. Like, I can look back on that now and be like, oh yeah, like, I had, you know, a couple people I could talk to and stuff, but it was really, really hard. You know, my brother was kind of in charge of my schooling, and he was quite harsh, and so that was very hard on me as well. And he just, you know, he was also still struggling with his mental health, you know, and he would get mad at my parents for things, that were usually, like, you know, it was either, they usually weren't even about me, but if he got mad at my parents, then it was taken out on me, and so it was very, very hard. You know, obviously I'm still here and I got over it, but, you know, there was a time that I didn't think I was gonna make it to 16 or 18 at all. Like, I thought I was gonna be, like, long gone before then. Because I just... I couldn't take it. Like, I was just so drained. And so, you know, I've been going back through the journal entries from that time, and it's been really hard. I've kind of cried a lot today, you know, just going back through that and just remembering how I felt, and just remembering how alone I felt, and just, you know, the despair, and just, it was really hard. It was really, really hard. And I'm not telling you this because I want you guys to feel sorry for me or anything. I'm putting this out there because I don't know, I just needed to kind of talk about it for a little bit. But, it was hard, you know, and it's been really, it's kind of really been hard going back through kind of those times where I wrote that I just, you know, I didn't want to be there, and I just couldn't take it anymore, and it was really hard. It's been really hard to read it, you know, and it's, you know, that version, that girl, that version of me, she's gone. She's dead. Like, she, you know, she fought for a long time, but she died. She died, like, I think she died in, like, you know, not physically, but, like, emotionally. That girl died 2024, 2023 time frame. I believe it was, like, 2024. Like, she's gone. She's gone. But, you know, just reading the memories of her and just the stuff that she had to go through has been heartbreaking for me to have to go back through that and remember, like, oh my gosh, I went through that. And I wish that I could tell that version of me, that girl, and I could tell her and be like, you know what? Like, I know it's hard and you feel, like, alone and, like, nobody cares, but it gets better, you know? You found friends who care and who love and support you, and you have, you know, a boyfriend who loves and spoils you like you never thought possible and that you ever deserved, and, you know, and the friends that you lost that you just were so distraught over ended up being for the better. And you found friends that were better than that, and that stood by you, even through everything else. You know? And so, you know, also, I guess my other message, too, is, you know, to anybody who struggled with mental health or is struggling through mental health, I get it. It's hard. You know, I still have bad days. Like, I haven't had a majorly depressive episode since, like, 2023, you know, and I haven't been, like, really bad since then, but I do still struggle. I still struggle even, you know, even now, you know, like, for instance, about a week and a half ago, I came back from work, and I was exhausted, and I was just really tired, but I needed to do schoolwork, and I just couldn't, I couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it. Like, the assignment wasn't making sense, and it kept marking it wrong, even though I was doing what they told me to do, and, you know, it might seem dramatic or childish, but I broke down in tears. I cried, and I was so frustrated, and, like, I felt like a failure, and, like, you know, I really, really, really struggled. So, you know, the mental health thing, it doesn't ever really go away. Like, it's always gonna be there. Like, you're gonna get better eventually. You know, it'll happen, whether it's in, you know, 6 months or 5 years, you'll get better. You know, but it'll never fully go away, and I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. Honestly, kind of my boyfriend included sometimes, because it's like, You know, you can get better, you know, and you can get it so you're not, like, depressed all the time. But you still struggle, you know? You still have days where you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to be around people. I don't want to, you know, you just don't have it in you. And that's okay. That's okay. And I mean that. Not as a, oh yeah, whatever, that's okay. No, I mean it. It's okay. Like, I haven't gotten out of bed today, hardly. Like, I've literally just been sitting on my computer typing in my journal entries and, you know, playing Minecraft and listening to YouTube videos. Like, it's okay. You know? And so, you know, it's okay. And it's okay to feel like, you know, if you went through mental health, it's okay to feel like you lost, you know, that you might have lost some years of your life, or you lost, you know, being able to make friends. That's okay. It's okay. It happens. So just, you know, anybody struggling with that, it's okay. You know, it's hard, you know, especially like, you know, like what I'm doing where I'm looking back and going, oh, you know, I wish I, you know, XYZ. But it'll get better eventually. You know, I know a lot of people in mental health hate it when people say that, and I was one of them, and I still do. I still hate it when I'm going through like a hard day and it's like, oh, it'll get better. It's like, okay, shut up. Like, I don't want to hear that it's gonna get better, okay? I know it'll get better eventually, but I don't want to hear that. So, if that triggers anybody, I'm sorry, and I understand. But, you know, it's, even if you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, there is one. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. And, you know, maybe you can't see it right now, and that's okay. I know for a while I couldn't see it. You know, like I said, I thought I would be gone by now. Like, legitimately, I did not think that I would be alive. You know, I didn't think that I would live to get this old. Although I'm not old. Okay, I'm not old. I didn't think I would live to be the age that I am now. I thought I would have been long gone by now. I'm still here, though. And I made it. It was rough. It was hard. And it felt like I was just walking through hell, through a lot of it. And I felt like nobody cared and nobody understood. And, you know, I just felt like, you know, I was just annoying and a burden and just everything you could think of bad that way. But I made it. I made it. And if I can make it, then I hope, if anybody's out there struggling, I hope you can too. And, you know, if you guys want to talk, I'm here. I get it. I get it. It's okay. It happens. It's okay to have bad days. And it's okay, also, to harp on yourself a little, if you feel that way. A lot of people are like, oh, it's okay to have bad days, and, you know, it's okay to take a day off. Which it is. Yeah, it is. But also, when you're in that kind of, you know, state of mind, you also go through the thing of, oh, I'm being lazy, I'm being a burden, I need to be doing this, and I need to be doing that, and da-da-da-da-da. I get it. I do it to myself all the time. So it's okay if you're harping on yourself, too. It's okay. I get it. I do it, too. All the time. Every single day. Probably. At least a little bit. There's days where I'm like, oh, I should have done that. Like, okay, today, for instance. Today, I was going to vacuum my room, and I was going to do laundry. Did I do that? No. Do I feel bad? And do I feel like I was completely being a lazy bum? Yeah. But you know what? It's okay. You know, I'll get it done later. It's okay. So, I don't know. I know this is probably a very sensitive, deep subject, but it's, I don't know. Just going through those old journal entries, just it made me kind of remember just those times and how hard they were. And it's crazy how much, you know, better things are for me now. Are things great right now? No, they're really not. I'm still going through a lot of family stuff, and there's a person in my home right now that I don't want to be, who has treated me and my family and my boyfriend kind of like crap, and my parents won't see that and won't, do the action to get that person out of my home. And that person is not family and has a lot of both mental health issues and is older and has a lot of physical issues as well. And in my opinion, and everybody else in my family except for my parents should be in a care facility. And so it's hard. It's hard. Like, a lot of my time is spent up in my room or not in my house. Because if I go into my kitchen or anything that way, I have a more likelihood chance of getting harped on for something. Or getting her saying something, or that person saying something rude. Or just not called for and selfish and just non-adult-like. So, my life isn't perfect right now by any means. I'm still going through some hard stuff. I'm going through a lot of medical stuff as well right now. So, my life isn't great, now. It's still stressful, Compared to what it was, it is a lot better. It's not great, and I don't think, anybody's life is ever going to be just easy, dabby-dozy, Like, even if you go look at rich people, the richest people in the world, like, they're still gonna have bad days, they're still gonna have issues, So I just, it's okay. It's okay. And I hope that, if I can make it through, then, you guys can too. And if you guys feel alone, I know I'm a complete stranger, but if you guys feel alone and you need somebody to talk to, I'm here. I might not have the best advice, and, I will be brutally honest with you. I'm a very, very brutally honest person. So I will be honest with you, but, I'm here. And it's okay. It's okay to have hard days. It's okay to harp on yourself. It's okay to, not like where you are in life and what you look like and all that. It's okay. It's natural. We're human. That's just, it's just a part of life. It's okay. We'll get through it one way or the other. We will somehow, some way, we will make it through. Do I particularly know how? No. And don't ask me, because I will just shrug my shoulders. But we are going to try and make it through. So, anyway, I know that was a very deep conversation, and I know that was probably not what you guys were thinking of hearing from me, because I try to keep things kind of more lighthearted that way, but, just, again, going through all of my old journal entries and just seeing all that, just, kind of tugged at my heart a lot today, and so I just wanted to touch on it, but, and speaking of that, I hope you guys are doing okay. And if you're not, again, that's okay. And if there's anything that I can do, let me know. Even if it's just I don't know, something, I don't know. You tell me. And if you don't know, that's okay too. If you don't know what kind of help you need as well, that's fine. I know a lot of people would tell me, be like, oh, what can I do to help you? Is there anything I can do? And I remember sitting there going, I don't know. I still do that. Like, my boyfriend will ask me and be like, is there anything I can do? And I'm sitting there going, so it's okay. If you don't know, what would help, that's okay. A lot of us, I don't think, do. I know I still don't to this day. So, anyway, so yeah, it's probably a touchy subject for a lot of people, and it's probably a lot deeper than you guys probably wanted from me and were expecting from me, but you know, I struggled with mental health too. It's okay. You know, and I struggled with, you know, a lot of the more kind of, I can say this now, but like the more like terrifying and really hard part of having a mental health problem. You know, yeah, it was hard. It was hard. I had a really rough couple years. I have the scars to prove it, the physical scars, and that is all I will say on that matter. And I hopefully that got the message across. Is kind of what I'm trying to kind of hint at here. But it was hard. It still is some days. There are some days where I don't want to get out of bed. And I just want to crash and just not, you know. I don't know. Here's the difference, because I could say like I just don't want to exist. Here's the thing though, is that, and I kind of had to correct my boyfriend on this because he's gotten all upset at me for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's how long I did these, if I remember correctly. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, I did 12. Oh, okay. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that like obviously when you tell people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That like you don't want to be here or you don't want to exist or whatever. I think a lot of people obviously go to the, you know, I mean, you thought of it. I don't need to say it. You know, but for me, when I say that now, and I've had to correct my boyfriend on this because he's gotten mad at me a couple times, is that sometimes, like, we don't mean, like, the obvious kind of answer. Sometimes we mean, like, you know, you just don't want to deal with what you're dealing with for 24 hours. You know, and that's what I mean now. You know, if you'd asked, you know, if I had, you know, if you asked me that a couple years ago, that wouldn't have, that would not have been the answer. But it is now, where it's like, I just, you know, I don't want to be dealing with what I'm dealing with for 48 hours. Doesn't mean I want to do anything stupid. Or, I mean, I don't know, I guess stupid's not the word, but, yeah, stupid, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that, like, you know, if you have those feelings that they're stupid. I'm just, you know, I hope you guys are trying to get what I'm trying to say and not take offense to it. But but usually what I mean is I just, like, I don't want to deal with what I'm dealing with right now for like 24 hours. Doesn't mean that, you know, I want to just not be here for the rest of, you know, eternity or whatever. It just means for a little bit I just want a break. You know, and it's not that deep. You know, and for some of you, you know, it could mean that, like, you know, you don't want to, is this still bigger than the others? Sorry. 1, 2. No, it's the same size. Did I just, like, miscount, or am I just stupid? What? See, 1, 2, 1. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, I'm not. I'm just I'm just blind. It's fine. You know, you just don't want to deal with what you're dealing with for a little bit, and that's okay. It's cool. It happens. But that is one thing I've had to correct people on quite a few times. Has been like, you know, I still want to live for, you know, but I don't want to be dealing with what I'm dealing with for, you know, 48 hours. I'm like, I just need a break, both physically, mentally, and emotionally. And that's okay. That's okay. It's okay to need a break. And it's okay to say that, as long as, like, you can give them that context, I feel like. You know, it's fine. It doesn't, it's cool. Okay, alright, off of the deep subjects, for right now. But anyway, yeah, I wanted to talk about that and just kind of get it off my chest, because I haven't really talked about it with anybody else. And I honestly don't really want to. Don't really want to. Which again, it's fine. If you don't want to talk, it's fine. It's okay. It happens. It's cool. I get it. Sometimes you just want to work with it on your own. And that's fine. I'm not gonna push. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna push. And to the people in your life that might push you that way, they don't need to. It's okay. It's okay. Just do it in your own time. What am I looking for? Shavings. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm racking my brain and trying to talk while I'm doing stuff. But yeah, I know it's a heavy subject, but just kind of doing what I've been doing recently with, everything that way. I just kind of wanted to touch on it a little bit for getting it out there a little bit, and to let you guys know, you're not alone. I know you guys probably hear that a lot, especially with people with mental health. You probably hear that quite a bit, but you're not. It's okay. It's fine. It's chill. I get it. I don't get your specific situation, obviously, and I'm not going to ever claim to. Like, if you guys are in a situation, like, I'm never gonna claim that, like, I know exactly what you're going through, or, like, exactly what you're feeling. But I will try. Like, if you guys ever talk to me, I will try. And another thing, too, that I feel like a lot of people need to do is, when you're talking to somebody with, like, mental health stuff, too, I feel like a lot of people need to learn to, I feel like it's guys, specifically. Sorry, men, if any men even watch this, I don't even, who knows. But, one thing, too, that I think a lot of people need to work on, and I do kind of mean men specifically, but everybody, is that, when you're dealing with stuff like this, you need to ask, do you want solutions? Do you want me to help you, like, give solutions to, try to help you, or do you want just support? Because I get that a lot. Like, I love my boyfriend so much, but usually he gives me solutions, and a lot of the time, that is not what I want. I don't want logical solutions. I just want him to listen, and, and just say, I'm so sorry, I love you, is there anything I can do? And I, again, like, and also another thing, too, at least about me, and I think a lot of people need to learn this, is if you want solutions, you have to, like, let somebody ask for them. Don't just be like, oh, well, you can do this and this and this and this. Like, ask them, be like, okay, do you want, solutions? Do you want me to, like, give you something that can help? Or, something like that. So, I don't know. That's just from my personal experience, and that's, that's not even from my boyfriend. It's just people in general. I've learned to do that of, like, okay, do you want support? Or do you want, like, some honest answers and solutions? Or do you want me to be just, nod and just, nod and smile, essentially. And if you do want me to nod and smile, no judgment. I get it. There are times, too, where I'm with my friends and I'm like, just nod and smile. I know I sound completely crazy, and I sound emotional, and I sound completely crazy. Just roll with it. I know. That's something I have to kind of remind certain people in my life, too, is like, look, I know the logical thing. I know I could do this and this and this. And I know I could contact this and this and this. And I know this and this and this. You know, you don't have to... you don't have to rub it in my face, you know? Oh my goodness. It's okay. Anyway, I'll stop talking about it, but I don't know. I just wanted to get that out there. But anyway, in that case, though, I hope you guys are doing okay that way. And again, if you ever need, I know I'm a complete stranger, but you know, if you ever want to rant, I'm here for it. So anyway, okay, we only have, I think, like one more unit, like, on this side, and once we finish up that unit, I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. What I'm gonna do with this stable, because let's see, we have 2 units, we have 3 units on this side, and I need to do 1 more on this side. I legitimately don't know what I want to do with this barn. I'm gonna be completely honest. Oh my goodness. Whew. I do want to make it into like a fully functioning, like, you know, like barn that I could like make a role play in if I wanted to. I just don't have, I just didn't really have a plan for this barn, like, at all. Oh gosh, that I probably should have thought about that ahead of time, but that's okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine, right? We're good. Everything's fine. I'm just, you know, rolling with the punches here. Yeah, I don't know what I want to do. Like, obviously I'm gonna want to, like, plant some trees, and, like, I'm gonna put some paths in, but, like, when it comes to the rest of the layout of this place, I have no freaking clue what I want to do. Like, I legitimately am completely stumped, really. Like, I have a couple of ideas, but, like, I don't know, I'm completely lost. Because obviously, like, the other barn is like a big equestrian center, and I knew what I wanted to do with that. This one, I have no freaking idea. I'm completely stumped. I have no idea what I want to do with this, so like, I don't know if I want to do, like, another 3 unit here, and then, like, make this, like, a complete U, and do it that way, or, like, I am legitimately stumped. Like, I want to make, like, at least some of this, like, kind of a courtyard area, but besides that, I'm lost. Like, I have no idea what I want to do. So, if you guys have any ideas, let me know, because I am completely stumped. So, yeah. But let's go ahead and just check on the random horses we have. These poor things get abandoned, mostly, because I just focus on building more than I... At least they have, you know, like, they have a run, so at least they can, like, get a little bit of grass, you know, and, like, at least this won't be, like a huge roleplay barn, so I don't have to worry about, like, feeding them as much and keeping their health up, as much, so that's helpful, at least. I feel like these are just kind of horses that are going to exist, and that's that. So, yeah, anyway. Okay, but we have 2 units on this side done, and I really don't want to work on another unit right now, because I'm kind of just, I don't know, I'm just kind of done that way right now. So, and that's why I was asking about the whole aesthetics thing, because I have no clue what I want to do. That way, I am completely lost. I legitimately am stumped. I'm kind of looking at it, and obviously we're gonna have our other unit like right here, and then I want to do like attack and feed room here, and then I probably want to do like pastures on this side, and then like an arena over there. So probably something to that effect. But I'm lost. I'm completely just lost. So But I think that is the general. I think that is the general direction I'm gonna head into. So, in that sense, then I'm gonna go ahead and grab. Not the grain feeders. Our planks and our bricks, our chiseled bricks. And we're going to go ahead and just do the layout of our third unit here. Just so we can get the dimensions so I can just work on the other stuff. I don't want to do this again, but I don't have a choice. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. Doo-doo-doo. That is not where that was supposed to go. Oh, okay. Alrighty. And after this, I am going to probably actually go and do my laundry, now that I've kind of talked about that now. Because I do need clean clothes, because clean clothes are actually quite helpful. I don't know if you guys knew this at all, but, you know, it's good stuff. Okay. Oh my goodness, my fingers. My hands hurt so bad. I've typed so much today with all the journal stuff I've done, because I'm working through, like 5 years of journal entries, which I'll admit, like, 2023 to 2024, I didn't journal a lot. So I'm kind of to almost the end of where I started, like, journaling a ton. But yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, wall. But yeah, I've done so much typing. And it's kind of hard because, like, I'm getting to the journal entries where I wasn't journaling as much, but when I did, they're so much longer. Like, they're like, you know, a good 3 pages. 2, 3, 1, oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay. 2, 3. So, I've been doing a lot of typing today, and my hands hurt so bad. Like, let me tell you, I haven't done, like, I have not typed this much since, like, ever. Like, I don't think I've ever typed this much in, like, a couple days. So, it's, it's been crazy. Okay, I want to see, what did I do in the corner here? If I remember correctly, yeah, I did, like, a separate kind of wall thing and then connected them. So, that's what we'll do on this corner. Sorry. That's like the second time you guys have seen my guy best friend, like, poke me on Facebook. Which is it's kind of funny in my opinion. Okay, so wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wall. Okay, so we will do one more stall here. So we'll go 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom. 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 No. Boom. There we go. Wall. Yeah, we annoy the crap out of each other when it comes to the Facebook. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Wall. Okay, this will be the tack and feed room, eventually. Eventually. But for right now, it's, yeah, it's just going to exist. Who's texting me? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, so we got our third unit there, and then we got one stall and our tack and feed room. Okay. Okay, I think I want to put a round pen here. I think. Yeah, I want to put a round pen there, and that's going to be a project. Oh, goodness gracious. Ooh, okay, grass. And then I need, slabs. I'm going to need lots and lots of those. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I've kind of gotten the hang of round pens recently. 2, 3. If you guys can't tell. Okay, that should match. Okay. And then it goes 2, 2, 2. And then like that, I think. Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay, so sorry, I'm trying to just kind of get like the basics in right now. Okay, so this needs to be that, and then this needs to be that. And so does this. And this. And this. And oops, that. Okay. And then it goes 1, 2. 1, 2. No. I'll figure this out in the morning. Oh! Also, kind of fun fact. So I've tried really hard in my relationship. At least I think I have. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay, and we have a 2 gate there. I think that'll work. It's not really round. Okay, we'll do it like that. I think that will work. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, we'll do it that way. And it's been kind of interesting recently because, me and my boyfriend we had some discussions and, some problems and issues came up like there usually are in every relationship every once in a while. And, on a lot of the stuff, I just decided to just stop trying because I was just annoyed with, how hard I felt like I was trying and, nothing was coming of it. And it's kind of been ironic because now that I've stopped trying, things have gotten better. Things have gotten better. So, fun kind of funny karma moment. So I don't know. I guess, if you guys are, if you guys ever, if you're in a relationship or if you get in a relationship, sometimes you just need to not try as hard. As kind of annoying as that is, sometimes that's just kind of how it is. My boyfriend told me the other day, and he was like, yeah, things have gotten, better, and I really could tell that you've been trying really hard recently, and I'm like, I haven't been trying at all. What the heck are you talking about? But, I'm like, if it works, it works, and so, I'm not even gonna quit what I'm doing, and I'm just gonna keep going, because obviously, me not trying as much is working. So, I'm not gonna touch it. But anyway, I know that was very, very random, but I just thought it was kind of, I thought it was kind of funny how, sometimes, we try so freaking hard, and then, when we stop trying, that's when it works out, and you're like, are you kidding me? I don't know, it's fun, it's funny, it's kind of funny. Okay, we're almost 50 minutes into this, so I will get you guys out of here soon, but we are going to start on a pasture real quick. That is a dark oak fence, not spruce. Whoops! Okay, let me find the spruce alternative. My brain was brain malfunction. No, I don't. Oh my goodness. Sometimes, guys, it's just not your day. If you know, you know. Okay, there we go. Holla frickin' Luya. Okay. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom. Okay. I don't think we're not gonna finish this pasture today, but I probably, I don't know, I might finish it off camera. Who the heck? Who knows? But we're at least going to get it, started. So, I don't know, like, specifically what pasture this is gonna be, but figure it out. Okay, how long is this? Yeah, that's long enough. Alright, time to go this way. On most of the pastures I do, by the way, I don't measure, I don't count, I just go with what looks decent, and I roll with it. I know on survival that's a lot harder to do, because, like, you have to gather all the resources, and so it's usually better to kind of know what you're walking into, but even in survival, a lot of the time, I'm just like, yeah, okay, we're just gonna go some odd long, some odd wide, and blah, 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 and that'll be that. So, I don't know. I don't plan a lot of this. Like, on my main roleplay world, I did plan most of that. Like, the pasture dimensions were not planned out, like, by number specifically, but I knew the shape that I wanted, and I knew the relative size that I wanted. So, in that sense, like, I kind of knew, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, boom, okay, and just like that. Actually, I think we will just kind of finish off, at least the pasture part, because if you know me, I like to make my pastures look, you know, a little bit more, I was going to say realistic, but it's not really even realistic, it's more of a, just kind of more interesting, so it's not just like grass and a fence. You know, I want to put trees and flowers and a pond and that kind of thing in there. So, we'll work on that probably next episode, whenever in the world that happens. Because, again, this little world here is literally just my, you know, oh, I'm bored and I want to talk, or, you know, I'm up late at night and, you know, I want to do something world. Like, this is not, like, a world that I'm seriously like, oh my gosh, I have to work on this, and blah, 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 blah. You know, like, obviously I want it to look decent, but anyway, we have a round pen that looks mostly round. I would say probably as round as you could possibly get in Minecraft. And we have a pasture. So, I'm pretty happy. I think we did pretty good. So, we've still got work to do. I'm pretty happy. I will eventually do a tour of my roleplay world. I just need to go in there and I started the cross-country course, haven't finished it. I need to plant some more trees. I still haven't started building a house, so I'm gonna need to do that too. But anyway, we'll get there. We'll get there eventually, and I might even record me building like some houses and stuff. So, but anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed me rambling. And I'm sorry if today's subjects were uncomfortable and deep for you. I'm sorry. I probably won't talk about it again. So this should be the one and only time this happens. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I'll probably record, you know, more this week, but if I don't, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you guys later. Bye-bye!